Howdy, everybody. All right. So, how have we all been? I know it's been a weekend. Hoo boy, has it been a weekend. I've been busy with stuff, mostly this. I genuinely cannot begin to expand upon how much fucking gravel there is here that I gotta place. Like, zooming out this far really just does not do it justice. Oh, fell into the water. There we go. Oh my god, I don't even know where I am anymore. Anyway. So yeah, this has been my life. Fuck my gravel life. So originally, I was of the opinion that I should, use sponges for each one of these cells. That was not as doable as I thought it would be. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot. I was thinking of maybe filling it in cell by cell and then going along the outer edge and using obsidian to kind of fill in the wall. That's probably what I'll do. Yeah, it's something else, man. It's something else. Hello, Zen. Hello, Jesse. Hello, Worm. Hello, Liquid Rain and Musk Wizard and Top Hat. Oh, and Pengling. How could I forget? I'm begrudgingly redstoning right now, and I hate it. Ouch. Honestly, I would rather be redstoning right now. I would rather do that than this. I can do redstone so easily. But this? Oh my god. This is some of the most brainless stuff I've had to do in quite a while. So yeah, I don't know. I wish I had something more exciting to show, but it's really just this and not much else. I've been doing this for hours too. Like I'm gonna go bonkers one of these days. Okay, I'm gonna set this box up as a catch-all random shit box. There we go. So yeah, my goal for tonight is to make it around this edge. So like to make it to the corner and then make it around the bend here and go, I don't know, to connect it up to there, I guess. We'll see. I tried draining a little bit of it there. You can kind of see on this back edge here. Fuck, I can't even point to it because if I try, it gets mad at me for having blocks in my hand and trying to place blocks and talk at the same time. Anyway, that far back edge on that end, I drained water and I regret it. I regretted it immediately. Because as it turns out, using sponge, first of all, it's not as consistent and reliable as you might think. The first issue is that it will place the sponge sort of like indiscriminately, because it's using air place, I think. Which means that it will drain water only for surrounding areas to fill back in that same water. And so it just doesn't, like, do it. You know what I mean? It'll get it to a point, but that's about it. It's such a half-assed job. So I do kind of need to, like, crush all the water uniformly, and the sponge just doesn't get it right away. I was going to print the sponge. Let me stop hearing that gravel place sound because, oh my god, that's annoying. So yeah, I was thinking that it would work that way and that I would be able to just sort of have it all in place, but no, it really isn't that easy. Oh well, I guess it could be worse. Oh, I'm drowning myself in gravel. There we go. So yeah, occasionally we will get dolphins trapped in this hellish rice paddy. And we'll see the occasional dolphin or squid just sort of pop up to the surface and beach themselves, which is fucking hilarious. I mean, you would think they'd be a smarter enemy or smarter mob than that. If you run for me in the nether, I put gravel for you. Don't worry, the chit chat is part of the way we are. Okay, sure. What's good, brothers? Welcome back. Welcome back to YouTube, Angling. So yeah, it's just not what I was hoping it would be. I thought for sure the gravel or the sponge would do it. No, sponge is really not as consistent as I was hoping. So yeah, it's basically gravel or nothing. It's the only way to get everything with like nothing left over. Oh well, could be worse, I suppose. I'm going to ignore little holes like that with the kelp in them. I'll get to that last. No point in worrying about it, you know? Found another exploit with the teleportation of Ender Dragon Egg that can leak cowards. Cool. I'll have to not move Ender Dragon Eggs then. By, like, you know, clicking on them and stuff. TPG, how you can find location. Ooh. Creepy. Again, I'll have to make sure to not let that be a thing that I do. Oh my god, it just keeps going. Not touching dragon eggs anytime soon, right? I mean, I can place a dragon egg just so long as we don't click on it, right? Good enough. I love using dragon eggs as lamps. That's about the only use they have, really, but, you know. I remember there was this one mod pack many, many, many years ago, like 12, 13 years ago. It was an industrial mod that you had to use various mechanisms to generate electricity, and you would use the electricity to either store, or you would power these machine blocks that would do like lots of highly efficient work. It was called Industrial Craft. And the add-on would utilize some really exotic rare materials to make a dragon egg energy extractor. And you would have to put the dragon egg on top of the extractor. And in that way, you would have basically infinite energy that was just self-sustaining. It was really cool. And like that was the only time I was legitimately impressed with the dragon egg in general. Because it had, you know, mod pack value. And it wasn't like a stupid crafting material or recipe or something like that. Or like respawn the Ender Dragon, which was very common in those days because respawning the dragon was something people wanted, even though that wasn't possible yet. And so it was just sort of like an actual off-the-wall, really organic use of something that was otherwise worthless. So I liked that. It can only target air blocks 15 by 15 by 7. If it teleports in a direction, a player can use that for finding a location and travel in that direction to find your base. Ooh. Okay. New to stream. Hello, Cesal LG500. How are you? Did you test ways baritone could give me a hand? Not really, no. I mean, I could do... Let's see. Okay, Lightmatica. Let's see what baritone does. Yeah, once again, it's taking me that far back corner, and I gotta wonder, is that worth anything to me? Do I need to do that? I kind of wish I could make it only build locally, you know? Like, I only want you to build in this vicinity around me. Like, it's a bit odd, that's all. You found it yesterday, cool. I think you have to mess with things to allow baritone to do, I guess, but I don't know what to mess with. And I don't, like, screwing around with baritones features on stream. It just depends. Yeah. Oh well. So, anybody read any good movies or watch any good books lately? When is the new Dune movie scheduled to come out? It's got to be sometime this coming year, right? I feel like, what, we got Dune in 21, we got Dune in 23. So I feel like 26 is just imminently close enough. Let me see. Dune 3 release. Let's see. Oh, fuck. I'm right. Except, it's painful. Because we gotta wait an entire year. December 18th, 2026. We have one full year before Dune 3 comes out. Damn. A whole ass year. What year is it? Oh well. It's just how it is. Test off stream, yeah. But I don't know what commands to, like, screw around with. So, like, you say, tweak stuff, but I don't know what to tweak, man. I don't know what baritone does half the time. Your friend made me watch a horror movie called Together. All I can say is, what the fuck? Yeah, it's a horror movie. Horror movies have to horrify you. If the movie is supposed to scare you, and it's supposed to horrify you, but at no point do the phrases, what the fuck, oh my god, that's messed up, or how could they do that? If that never passes your lips, then did they really horrify you? Is the movie truly as bad as that it claims to be, right? It's a horror movie. It should be reasonably horrifying. Invincible in the second Cyberpunk. Ooh. Fallout 2. Okay. Yeah, that's a decent amount of stuff to wait for, I suppose. Do they have dates on any of those things yet? Invincible and Cyberpunk, specifically? Because I don't know how many more Invincible seasons they can they have left in them before they're done with the comic. I'm waiting to watch Invincible once the entire thing is finished. Yet another show that is going to eternally be in my backlog until it isn't. Hey Jack, be honest, I was watching a podcast with Lajerv talking about NOCOM. Tell me you were impressed by it. That, and please give me your thoughts on it. On NOCOM? Yeah, it was technically very impressive. But, like, I lost a whole ass base to NOCOM. Like, I couldn't be that impressed with it. I could admire it for what it was, but, like, holy shit, dude. No, it's too much. It's just too much. All I'll say is I can appreciate how crazy it is, but, like, oh my god. I don't want anything like NOCOM to happen ever again. Like, NOCOM was a nightmare. It really was. Like, if you were any sort of creator or maker of any kind, NOCOM would cook you. Like, you would have to magically know in advance that something like NOCOM was going to happen. Otherwise, you just weren't. You weren't going to be able to do anything about it. Thought you lost it to the Tell? What? Tell was years earlier. You downloaded all 700 videos I was working on. What videos were these? I've heard they've got quite a bit of comic left, like a lot. Oh, okay. Invincible's March, Fallout's next month. Ooh. Yeah, we liked Fallout. It was shockingly good. Randar. Yeah, Randar was another really bad one, but that's not NOCOM necessarily. Men of culture. Well, thank you. They're behind-the-scenes footage from my favorite TV show, so it's worth it. Okay. Interesting. Personally, I liked Tell at A, but It was definitely one of those, holy shit type moments. I wish I could have known in advance that I would get reamed by something like Tell at A. Because then I could, like, do something about it. I don't know. Don't get me started on what I would do different if I could live 10 years ago again. There's quite a bit I would do different. Made your own version of baritone for farming and mob farming. Okay. Pass that shit. Yeah. Zen needs your new baritone, man. Pay $20 for 3 months. Jesus. Do you want the prio for 3-month bundle? Is that what you're asking for, Pengling? Oh, well. Oh. Yeah, the 3-month bundle is probably worth it if you're going to play. Invest in OpenAI 10 years ago. They were not a thing 10 years ago, I don't think. The AI paper wouldn't come out until 2018. So, like, there weren't any real companies doing or focusing on anything like that yet. 3-month bundle worth it? Yes, it is. You're saving 10%. Like, I definitely think if you're playing all 3 of those months, and you would have paid prio normally for that time anyway, you may as well save 10%, right? Like, it's a no-brainer. No, but it works for my version of baritone. Okay. So what version of baritone? What is it doing? Are you able to, like, pick crops and tell what crops are worth harvesting? Are you will it sit there and kill mobs and then sort the items into chests? Giant lewd map art base? I don't something enough streams. I don't know what lewd map art you're referring to. We're trying to blow this area open for Escape the Jack Rooms 2. There ain't no lewd map art happening here. This is purely for the use of the game. Oh, speaking of Escape the Jack Rooms 2, I have competition, just not on 2B2T. Hermitcraft Season 11 ticked over, and Decked Out 3 is in the works. Can you believe it? Decked Out 3. I'm wondering what that's going to look like. I mean, I've already gotten a decent idea as to the aesthetic. Tango Tech has already kind of illustrated what his vision is. I'm wondering, however, how it will play mechanically. Uh-oh. Is that shit breaking? Yes. So yeah, I'm gonna end up seeing the development of Decked Out 3 in real time. I kind of missed that for Decked Out 2. And Decked Out 2 was phenomenal. Like, it inspired the whole game. So I don't know, is Escape the Jack Rooms 2 going to be larger than Decked Out 3, I wonder? I bet it is. So yeah, now I'm curious. Could I develop my game in parallel to Tango Tech developing his? And can I potentially end up outshining his game? Probably not. They can use like resource packs and other magical server-side things that I have no chance of ever using on 2B. But I could at least make a really awesome city. So I don't know. There's that, I guess. How long has Hermitcraft been going on? Oh, Hermitcraft's been going on for like 13 years. but that they change their seasons, which is their map. They change those fairly often, like every 2 to 3 years. But Season 11, which is the current one, is supposed to be the most crazy. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it all pans out. It kind of works how you just said. It can sort, mob, farm, replant, replenish, and do others. Move stuff from chests. Cool. Baritone itself, like, you know, basic baritone should be able to do stuff like that. It's a damn shame that it can't, or at least not easily. Terrain prediction is what I spent 5 years reverse engineering, or 5 months reverse engineering. Did you ever succeed? I take it no. Great. Now it's my stack of shulkers is getting so far away. Oldest SMP series in Minecraft? Yeah, just about. I'm hoping to show off at some point soon. Once we get this area prepared, I want to like jump right into designing the city and everything. Most crazy how? What do you mean? That, and also if you read the no comment master main on the GitHub, the nerd said you would have to reverse engineer the bots. And the way the bots send packets, I'm close to being able to fully crack it. Terrain prediction was a success. Oh, good. Why are you filling it in? I realized that gravel is just better for this. The sponge is not going to work as efficiently. This is more easy to do. Aha. Secret kelp. Okay. I'm slowly killing the wildlife. That's one of my college certifications. I actually have certification in Java and reverse computer engineering. Interesting. Okay. Oh yeah, do you still need the nether stars? Yeah, at some point I will. I'm not overly concerned with that stuff yet. We don't even have a working prototype. Like, I want the prototype before I worry about anything else. Oh yeah, really quick, I can show off. Let me turn off this real fast. I can show off what this will all look like once it's all done. All right, ignore the sponge. This was when I was like doing... There we go. This is when I was trying to get the sponge idea to work. Sponge is just not as consistent. So I'm going to quickly beam all this away. Place air. All right, let's let it tick over for a sec. Damn, 4,600,000. Not an easy thing. There we go. And no more sponge. Perfect. Okay. So this is what it will look like when it's gotten all the stuff done and all of the annoying bits are taken care of. No sponge. No, this is all hypothetical, but like, it should reasonably turn out looking like this. Okay, there we go. Yeah, load in. Come on. Load, load. There we go. Render, render, I say. Yeah. There we go. All right, so this is what the whole box will look like when it's finally finished. Hey, I said render, damn it. This little speck of, there we go. Non-existence. Okay, so yeah, so this is what it'll look like when it's totally done. I already world downloaded the whole ass area. Just to get a sort of feel for how it would appear. There is stuff in here, I promise. It's just being a little pain. There we go. Load it in. Process. God, why is Minecraft rendering so cancerously bad? Okay, so that's the main body of the build plus Escape the Jackrooms 2 in the back. So one of the things I wanted to try doing, once I'm done building on the inside as well as the game itself, I want to build a series of buildings or like a guard tower, like a series of parapets on the side that wraps around the whole structure. Something like that. And I don't know, it would be like the opposite of the other end. So yeah, so this gigantic box is Escape the Jackrooms 2, more or less. At least that's the idea. So yeah, we've already essentially got a really solid starting area, I guess. And yeah, I think this is going to be pretty cool. Does Rusher have reach and zoom? I don't know. Don't use it. Hello, SHR base. So yeah, when did you build this on 2B2T? Several months ago. I just sort of returned to it. Since we're done with Space Valk 3.3, I just figured we'll return to this. Found a way to get it for free. Okay, that's nice. Is there anything from the first Jackrooms you're removing because it was a mistake? Honestly, probably not. A lot of things will be carried over. That's a really good question, Liquid Rain. Yeah, it's probably mostly going to be similar mechanic-wise. As for... So this is obviously the entrance and exit, right? It's probably both, but I couldn't really be sure quite yet. This will likely be a lobby area or some sort of like, come on in, make yourself at home. You know, we'll get stuff prepared here, that kind of thing. And then you'll end up going into the game. You'll probably filter back into this lobby. And then from there, you'll end up having several paths that you'll end up taking. And then you'll come back to a sort of break room. And then you'll get to gamble with whatever goodies you find in the game. And you can use that to gamble for power-ups or escape keys, things of that nature. And then you'll be able to escape, you know, properly. Or you'll fail and run out of stuff, in which case you have to manually return to the lobby. And that's a good ending versus a bad ending, basically. I'll see about how to fulfill that. And so, yeah, I want this to be a gigantic cityscape. Something crammed with some really neat buildings and some really, like, oh, holy shit, I didn't expect that kind of moments. It looks kind of mid because of the night vision. But like, yeah, I think this is going to be reasonably big to like take up your time and your attention. So, I don't know. Something like that. So yeah, this is what we're aiming for by draining the ocean, by eventually building, you know, all the things. When it's done, we're gonna prototype out some stuff. It's gonna be great. I'm hoping to have Escape the Jack Rooms 2 finished before Decked Out 3, but we'll see. There we go. The whole space. This whole space will be it. So yeah, I think that'll do it. But oh my god, I just gravel, yum. You know, East Alpha eats dirt, I eat gravel. Why such a big ass box? Well, because this is going to be a gigantic cityscape. And there will be a lot of pathways and various things that you have to navigate. It'll be basically what is essentially a dungeon crawler. Although, it's probably more like an escape room. And I really want to sell the illusion of this being like Kowloon, the walled city. Or a walled city like space. The point is, this is going to be a large, complicated game space. You're going to have a lot of stuff to overcome. It's going to be great, I promise. Ah, shit. Fell. There we go. So yeah, don't worry about it. I got it all in my head. It looks cool. Thank you, Zen. I'm going to build Space Valk 3 number 4. I would say no, but I got strong-armed into doing the third one. And I was already of the opinion that I would never make the third one. So, like, probably not, but dude, I don't know anymore. Projects tend to take on a life of their own at a certain point. I would say no, but I can't guarantee you that. Sucks you blocked you and ignored you hard? Well, then don't be an asswipe. Might have to pick your brain about hiding stuff in the end. Well, there really... Sorry, Pickaxe, if you're watching stream. There really isn't a way to hide in the end. There are ways of, like, being relatively secretive, but hiding is really just not possible in the end dimension. What purpose did you block me? You were being annoying, probably, if I had to guess. I don't know you is the thing, so I don't even remember what it is you did. But the odds are good you were being annoying and you were being troublesome at a moment where I had other things I had to pay attention to. So, don't do that. Like, it's amazing to me that that is a concept that some people don't get. So, if you're being a pain, I reserve the right to block you and just... That'd be the end of it. Okay, I'm going to move all my boxes. Space Valk 3 will haunt me forever. Seemingly, yeah. Till I make Space Valk 5 and everybody associates that with me instead. If not, all I said was there's really no hiding anything in the end. There we go. I don't want to leave somebody on, you know, if they're asking an earnest question, I don't want to leave them hanging. Holy shit, I had so many boxes. My redstone. Life is good. Okay. Space Valk 3 never ends. I know, Neo. I know. Oh, I didn't realize you were streaming. I was just calling it. Okay. KK. Sounds like you're sus and a Diddy blood. What the fuck does that even mean? Sounds like Cope. It was hilarious that I asked why devs banned you and insta-blocked you. I don't know, man. I don't know you. I have no idea what you may or may not have done. the odds are good you were being annoying, and you're kind of beginning to prove that. So, like, if you want to stay here, be on your best behavior. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. How long do these projects take? Dude, a project takes. It never gives, it only takes. Ask not what your project can do for you. Ask what time you can waste on your projects. Because you won't have them forever, and they'll get blown up eventually, and, you know, you're gonna have to do something to pass the time. Okay. Scoop all these up. That's a fish. Okay, I thought that was a shulker box there for a sec. Okay, those should all be empty. Garbage. Shulkers. I'll just get rid of that. I like glow ink. I find glow ink to be quite useful. Then you blocked me. You're getting a video. I was just getting footage of you raging. What? All right, whatever. Bye. Is my best behavior listening to ABBA? Yes, you're correct, Fluffy. Respect the hustle. Yeah, you kind of have to. Your projects are just what you make of them. You'll either do well or you won't. All right, almost finished. Well, not really. I'm nowhere near almost finished, but you know. How many kids are still on 2B2T? I don't know. The ability to do or say anything is a very attractive state. And children who don't know themselves and are extremely influenceable, they're drawn to a place like this. And I really wish there was a way to, like, make them not be here. Like, there's no way to do that, sadly. But God, it would be nice if kids couldn't be on 2B. Like, you have to be 18 to play here. Sorry, goodbye. Like, oh well. Calmly explaining why being annoying means getting blocked is rage? Yeah, I don't get it either. It's an oddity, that's for sure. It's one of those sort of copy phrases people love to throw out there, like you're raging or you're whatevering. Like, it's just so tiring. Oh. People who act as like kids, yeah, there are a lot of people who act like kids here on purpose as well. They're the weirder ones. Why would you act like a child if you're not? Do you indulge in Lego? No. 2B2T is my Lego. Lego is way too expensive these days from what I've seen. I've got friends in the Lego scene, I guess is the way to put it. And they're spending a lot of money on Lego, and I just look at that and go, I'll take 2B2T Prio for 3 months, thank you. So I don't know, Minecraft is better for this, in my opinion. But I get why somebody would like Lego. It's interesting to make things with your own hands. Gathering gold is more important. Oh, okay. Oh my god, I wish I had somebody out here helping. Hint, hint, cough, cough, wink, wink. Let me, damn it. I'm too near things. Nope, he's not online. Ripperino. I guess I gotta place gravel all by my lonesome. Oh well, I mean, it could be worse. 20 shulkers of gold? Oh my god. What for? Does your farm work efficiently at least? Do you have autocrafters spitting out the gold blocks for you? Or do you just gather the nuggets and then mass compound it all? I can't imagine that's too much fun. I'm just gonna go ahead and use this, get rid of this box. There we go. Autocrafter's going hard. Okay, cool. Chat, place gravel. I'm not really expecting people here to place gravel. Ah, shit. Or rather, I'm not expecting people in chat to place gravel. I'm expecting the people that I know are already here to help me place gravel. But then maybe they've all gotten bored of doing that. I don't know. Nope. There it is. Ink sack. Well, you know, another hour we'll probably be around in here somewhere. Gotta connect all these sides up. You'll know soon enough. Ooh, okay. I look forward to whatever the surprise is then. Straight graveling it, and by it, let's just say my ocean. Is this the build I showed OniPixel? Yes. That's the back end of it. We're now developing the game. That is a castle I do not hold any design over. I didn't even really help make it, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, that castle needs a lot of TLC, and I'm not qualified to give it what it needs. It's not a bad castle, it just needs a lot of help. But I don't think it's ever gonna get that much help, I'm gonna be honest. Which is sad, because when a build just sort of sits empty, you know, you can't help but kind of mourn a little bit. Ah, well. We must ungravel. Why is no one placing gravel? See, this is like the worst. There we go. To be in a hole of your own make. Wait a minute, that hole, there we go, okay. It's actually amazing how fast you run through an inventory of gravel. Like, legitimately. If I wanted to do a podcast, would you be down? Maybe. That depends on if you have like questions in advance or some other something like that. I know there's that 2B2T podcast. T spelled T-E-A. I might ask Megington if I can get on that. I haven't done an interview podcast in a long while, come to think of it. I gotta stop fucking falling in my own gravel pit. Questions in advance, I do. What? I just sounded like Yoda? Not really. Hello, Pies. Welcome. 2 biscuits, 2 teas. Yes. Damn. I'm gonna run out of gravel way faster than I expected. Maybe I didn't ask for enough. Huh. Wow. I guess Philip is gonna... Gonna have to dump more on me at some point. Oh yeah, it's another reason I'm covering all this shit in gravel so that those guys can't spawn. I love seeing it fill in, like, visually, all the holes, and it's just, like, it's actually kind of majestic looking. Big purple circular style, whatever. Oh, something like that. You're placing gravel spiritually? Well, then I guess I owe you my thanks. Why are we placing gravel pies? Well... I need to blow this area up, and the water inside of it needs to not be here anymore. How do you auto-place? I have a Lightmatica schematic set to... I think this is layer 6 or Y63, which is, you know, water, sea level. And then obviously the gravel carries itself down to the bottom of the ocean. But, yeah, the printer mod just prints and... Bam, there you go. Gets it all straightened out for me, basically. Finally, somewhat walk without crutches now. Okay. Almost fully healed. Glad to hear it, man. Gravel's not cheap. Holy shit, that's a lot. It's actually not as much as you might think. They have the bartering farm, and gravel is a barter farm item. And thus... one of the things you'll end up getting if you barter a lot. And, yeah. It is what it is. Thought people built everything manually. Yeah, well... manual is, not efficient enough, in my opinion. You need more... you need more of a kick behind your actions. Takes a lot of effort to get all this shit done, but I think it'll be worth it. Okay. Would it be easier to use a machine? I don't know. Maybe for some of the layers... like the uppermost layers, maybe. But then I would need to like go ahead and make the obsidian wall that's going to be on the outside of this. I don't know. We're already kind of committed at this point. Use Alt to AFK? Not really, because I got to go grab more gravel. So like I can't afford to AFK this. It's not an automatable thing. Yeah, filling all this in manually? Hell no. I couldn't even. Found a knock shop stash, 235 dubs. Cool. Had to purge a few people guarding it, sure. Why not bots, though? I don't have any bots. What bot am I going to use to, you know, like, you got to give the gravel to the bots somehow. So, like, yeah, theoretically, but in practice, that's not as simple as you might think. Plus, I got to get rid of the empty boxes so they don't clutter up the place. It really is just a big mess. It'll get a little bit easier once we've gotten more rows, but like, ugh. Oh, fuck me. I hate falling in. There we go. I mean, we're making progress. We're way closer to the edge than I would have expected. Let's see. It was about 8:45 when I said in an hour we'd be around the bend. So about 9:45, I want to see where I am. If my prediction was correct. Auto replenish? Yeah, it's auto replenishing the crap in my hand or in my inventory, but like I gotta still walk back and get the shulkers over there. It's hard to you can't really see them, but there's a bunch of shulkers sitting there. So like I gotta manually get this stuff no matter what, basically. I don't have a portable system that'll just shove the gravel into my inventory from afar, no matter how far away I happen to be. God, I wish I did. Like that Applied Energistics mod from years ago. Yeah, no way around it. Any ideas on a module you could make? How about a module... A module for baritone that will walk back and forth between point A and point B. You can set up one point and then tell it to go retrieve an item from another point. So like the baritone could automatically grab the gravel from the boxes. Or what happened to Minecraft Online? Old S server being targeted by Mojang. Ooh. How are you doing that? It's a module we have. As for them being targeted, I wonder what the deal is with that. Is it because it has the name Minecraft? Is that why they're like, you can't use this, so we'll sue you? I don't know. Have chests drop gravel in the center to allays to toss it to you? Do allays toss you items? I don't know if it works that way. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure any number of interesting ways around this problem exist, but overall, eh. Oh well. Was cause they let people say whatever in chat. Oh. They allowed free speech on their server, really? Oh, shit. Yowza, that sounds like we could be next. Chat being unmoderated was the problem? Fuck me. They mainly care because the server has the Minecraft name. Yeah. That sounds more along the lines of why they'd be upset. It does set a dangerous standard, right? You're correct. We'll see. They won't agree to EULA because they like freedom of speech, yeah? I don't blame them, I do too. I've got to wonder, are we in for a big fight? Is that coming? I don't know. God, I hope not. I'm hoping that Mojang will kind of just be hands-off on Minecraft going forward. or not Mojang, Microsoft, whoever it is that's in charge of this sudden Java attack or Java. I'm not really sure what they're doing with Java anymore. I saw a really disturbing video regarding that, and it's kind of confirmed the fear I had a few years ago. But it's not going to be close in the next 10 years. We'll see. Really do go down a couple days ago. Saw on thumbnail last time logging into MCO forever. Wow. Shulker Hopper Dropper. I think a Housemaster would grief Mojang and Microsoft HQ if they shut us down. Oh my god, wouldn't that just be like the poetic end to 2B2T? Like, yeah, the whole server just got shut down now. RIP. I don't know. If 2B gets attacked, Mojang would have a lot of angry, aggressive hackers on their ass. I could only hope that to be the case, and not everybody going, well, what can you do? And then just surrendering and not doing anything. I don't know. I feel like IRL griefing is totally what some 2B's players would do. Yeah. Containment. It's a containment server. If you shut it down, containment is breached, and then you have a bunch of angry hackers on your hands, and that's not going to be fun for some of these people. Is the module for a client? Yes. It's something I can't share, sorry. Oh well. Fun things like these have to kind of be kept under wraps so that it'll stay functional. Oh my god, we're finally 15... Or no, it was... Yeah, 15 minutes later, I'm rounding the corner. Okay. Very neat. Whee! I kind of want to just take a quick look around. What the fuck? I landed! No! Man, I remember printing this grid. And I was like, yeah, let's get to the end real quick. Like, if we finish the grid, you know, we'll never have to see another gravel block again until we blow the whole place up. God, how wrong I was. Oh, it looks like others are joining in. Okay. I didn't place these. Maybe, Ender and, Totem. Ah, ha, 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 gravel. Maybe Ender and Totem are helping. I will take that. Free gravel, please. Thank you. Project Nostalgia for the win. Oh yeah, Pizza Pie Cake and You, yeah. A Dark Souls castle, yeah, that was cool. Okay, hopefully that got rid of all the remaining bits, but I don't know, we'll see. It irks me that part of the cells are filled and part of the cells are not filled, instead of it being like a perfect, you know, grid. Because, like, the grid is just so... It's just so nice to look at, you know? Ooh, free gravel. Well, maybe not free, but, you know. I'll probably end up placing all this anyway, so I may as well take it with me. That's empty. Okay. Oh, who dinged me? Oh. There we go. There we go. God, I love this zoom out mod. It's so cool. Wow, you can't even see me. I'm outside my own entity render distance. That's so funny. Start down here. All right, what you need? Okay. Module looks cool as fuck. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I wonder how Plugin Town is looking since Dr. Zombie visited in September. Maybe I should go look at Plugin Town. I haven't been there in God knows how many years, too. I was never really one to go to a place like Plugin Town, and I didn't really, like, care back then. I'm just going to fill this in to get all this gravel out of my inventory so that I can move on. Are Chinese griefers? Well, they're not really griefers as much as they're base hunters. But they can grief, you know, by proxy. By being careless and all of that. Yeah, there's still a few Chinese here. There's not much that can really be done about it. I just hope we don't get found by one. No way to know for sure, of course, but... Plugin Town still exists? The ruins of it does. I'm sure it's not anything like what you were expecting when you heard of it. Five. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Let's move on down. This is the problem with having a giant shulker horde of stuff. Managing and moving it is like... It's essential to get the job done, but at the same time, it's like impossible. You can't pick them all up at once. Oh, you guys restored it. Okay, cool. I didn't even know you had restored that. That's cool. Hopefully it stays restored then. No guarantee, of course. Shit. Alright. There we go. Let's get it all filled in. If you walk the lines, you'd probably save half the time, where you place max on both sides, then in between. You know Thorium, the one found the book Quill Dupe and Chunk Dupe? That sounds vaguely familiar. Yeah, what about him? What's with that build in the back? I've never seen it. Oh, that? You've never seen my seminal beauty, Archon Retia? So do you mean doing this, Stone Cold Killer? Just like running back and forth, making basically no progress? I think it's about the same, in all honesty. You'll make roughly the same amount of progress either way. Because, like, I'm so evenly distributing it all. And I'm running around a lot, so I'm using more food. I don't know. I don't think this is any more efficient. Maybe it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. It's not really one better than the other or not. Although walk slow until it filled like you were, but it would be faster, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't seem to turn out faster or slower than, you know what I mean? It seems to be roughly equal both ways. What I wish is there was a quick steal all button or a transfer all button or something that legitimate Minecraft would let you use to just get the whole contents of a shulker in your inventory instantly. Hello, Indo Sulfan. I was looking at the lands today, brainstorming ideas from a base, and I really liked all the random things like the ore trees and giant pyramid. Well, thank you. The giant pyramid was inspired by the old RPG Chrono Trigger. There was a giant blue pyramid in that game. And the ore trees were from an old friend many, many, many years ago. I haven't talked to him in a long time. They're not reachable, so don't bother. But yeah, something like that. Chinese YouTuber recently found and made a video about the original Geezer headquarters. They didn't grief it, but they didn't hide the coordinates, so it's as good as griefed. Yeah, the Chinese are very lackadaisical about keeping things safe and secure. They don't seem to yet understand that you can't just advertise the locations of bases and stuff. Like, you got to keep that shit on the lockdown because, like you said, it's as good as griefed. I don't know what it is about them not yet understanding that you can't advertise your location on 2B2T. I'm genuinely baffled. They're helping, mainly thorium. Okay. Cool. Some of the devs of Meteor as well. Oh, neat. Archon Retia, I don't know how to write it. Okay, well then I will show you. Okay, so little trick for 2B2T. If you're placing blocks like this, you can't open the chat. You can't open your inventory. It'll boot you out because you're placing. If you hit the Windows key, however, whoops, then I can tab out over to here and I can show you Archon Retia. That's how it's spelled. So yeah, that is that base, even though it's kind of hard to see in the back there. Still salty about Nineveh? Oh, I know. The Chinese just didn't understand that this is a thing you need to keep secret. It's sacred. It should be preserved, you know. Stuff like that. A chest of rails and a minecart hopper? Maybe. I believe they don't care. Right, they have no reason to care. It's not their stuff. It's not their time. It's not their resources, so why should they? But not respecting other people's stuff, if you intend to do them no harm, not respecting other people's stuff, like their privacy or their time, is like a surefire way to get yourselves blacklisted from the community. Hey, Jack, I'm out. See you, bro. Okay, take care, man. Have a good one, Pengling. Hope your leg heals sooner. And all of that. There we go. Peace. Not Arkham, the other one in the back. Oh, yeah, that castle. I didn't have anything to do with that castle, but yeah, it's neat. It's a build. I've been over there a few times. It's not like it needs more work, and I just don't have time to do that, and nobody else wants to do it either, so it's just sort of gonna sit there, I guess. I don't know. It is what it is. Just made me realize that you don't need to have a base that uses the same block palette to have a base that looks good. Definitely have a crap ton of random stuff at your base. Good! I mean, that was kind of what I did because that was easy back then and I was dirt poor. So I didn't have any choice. I probably would have used a single unifying block type. But it just didn't really occur to me that that was... You know, I mean, it was expensive to do anything. I ended up duplicating a lot of quartz and stone and other things to kind of make a solid base with an interesting theme. That ended up becoming Space Valkyria 1. So, like, yeah. But I do get what you mean. Like, a bunch of random little things here and there. Yeah, there's something to be said for that, I think. Maybe I should make another base like that at some point. I explored Boobland last night, which was a download from 2B2T, by the way. It was a base. And, like, honestly, that's a kind of interesting base concept. Like, it was a giant strip club with a, well, not a giant strip club, an average-sized strip club with a party sort of venue, and then a tiny little parking lot with a what do you call those? Convenience stores on the outside. And I was like, that is a really refreshing style for a base. It's stupid, but it's fun. I don't know. I might try something like that, where it's just a series of small little builds like that. Each one is its own theme. We'll see. Hope things go smoothly, yes. 4 a.m., gotta sleep. Take care, Hamadol Hamad. I don't know if I said your name right. Hello, Bloody Bonbon. Hello. Hi. Yeah, I should definitely do that. I might, yeah. Am I in need of gravel? I don't want to say yes. But I know the answer will become yes. I don't need the gravel on me. I need the gravel placed. Yeah. Maybe I should set up every some number of cells a set of chests with some gravel shulkers in them. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what would even really be the most efficient way to do this. Oh well. I'll get it all one way or the other. Why no sponge? As it turns out, it's not as efficient as I'd hoped it would be. What'll happen is, while you're printing the sponge in one cell, it's printing the sponge in the nearby cells as well. And the problem with that is, you can print a sponge and it'll soak up the water, but since you didn't get all of it, then it'll sort of fill in and regenerate. And so all your hard work will just be undone, and you'll just make a bunch of wet sponge that isn't actually stopping the water. You know what I mean? Like, you would need to print all the sponges. I had a bunch of sponge columns arranged in each of these cells. You would need to print them all simultaneously to be able to adequately get all the water out of the gravel cells. And it's really just not as efficient as I was hoping it would be. If you print a singular column down the middle, which was my original idea, as it turns out, it misses the corners. And if you print a 2x2 column, you know, in a plus shape down the middle, then you run into the problem of some layers do not get fully drained, and then the water regenerates on top of itself. And so some layers or some cells are partially filled with water still. It just doesn't work out the way I would hope. It's annoying. Why does the bottom of this build have gravel but not other blocks? What do you mean? Gravel is a gravity block we have a lot of. That's why it's gravel. It will flow down or fall down all on its own and be rid of the water. and it will, it'll all get blown up and nobody will miss it because it's just gravel. Who cares? What I plan on doing is blowing it all up to where we reach underground. And there's a lot of stuff underground. There's some water in caves underground. That's got to get gotten. Stuff like that. So we're going to blow it all up and slab it all off. And then I'm going to make the walls and then the ceiling. And that'll hopefully do it. I hope by New Year's to have this part of the project finished. So that we can start prototyping. Man, it's going to be so cool. Yay, it's raining again. Woo. Actually, this is an excuse to not have to place gravel. It's an excuse to move gravel. Gravel for the gravel fields. I mean, it's not supposed to be a field as much as it's supposed to be a giant, plug, if you will. You know, we're going to blow the shit up out of this whole area. Should be cool. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. In 1975, one man could work filling in the gravel fields 12 hours a day, support his family on the income alone. Not like today. Yeah. I know. The gravel fields. The national export of Russia was gravel during that year. The entirety of the Russian GDP was built upon the exportation of gravel. Truly, it is a travesty that time has passed. Okay, I got... Okay, so I filled up a decent number of boxes. So yeah, I gotta get more. Teleport me. Quickly now. I don't have all day. The rain's not gonna last forever, bot. Uh-oh, I fear it is stuck. Yeah, why isn't it teleporting me? That is strange. Why didn't you teleport me? Where is he? Is he stuck on the fucking half thing? TP? Oh, I already sent that. Whisper... Stop a bot. Hi. Okay. TP. No, it still won't let me because it's a repeat. Stupid fucking repeats. Whatever. Maybe it'll let me... I just want to grab gravel, man. I gotta fly back anyway. Damn it. I hate it when you hit chunks and you bounce off. Like, you just bounce off midair. I hate that. Okay. I guess I'm not going to be able to use East Alpha Bot for a few minutes. You can't send the same message 2 times in a row. Oh well, it's fine. All right. Gravel here. Gravel, okay. 2. Put those in here. 1. So just 2. Yeah, 2 more chests. Okay. This is something to do that's not placing more fucking gravel, I swear. The redstone malfunction I didn't realize until now, so I wasted 2 hours for only 2 stacks of gold. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What's your favorite 2BTT video? Honestly, it would have to be the authentication exploit where anyone could log in to anybody's account. And it's the nerds logging into people's accounts and just throwing away all their items. Really, really awful. Is there an auto sponge? I could print sponge, but I've already been over how it's not as consistent as you think. Also, if I use too many sponge, it's going to be like millions of sponge blocks. And at a certain point, that's just not feasible. So yeah, I guess I could try, but still. Fixed it so hopefully it works. Yeah. I don't blame you, firm. What are you trying to tell it to do? Just like autocraft blocks from ingots or nuggets? I mean, I guess it could go from one stage to the next, couldn't it? Yep, okay. Fair enough. I want to use auto-crafters at this base. Just because I think it'd be really cool to have some heavy industry type stuff going on in the background. Auto rocket maker, auto honey, and all that other stuff. Things of that nature. Song on the Nerds video was elite. Oh, it so totally was. That was what made that video my favorite. I am very super famous. I am very super famous. A lot of people know I exist. Like in the Chinese countries like Japan. There's just so many fun innuendos in that song. It's so stupid. Okay, I should be able to grab the last bits of gravel in here. Oh, shit. Never mind. One more trip. Good thing I decided to wait for a rainstorm. Pigman swords clog the autocrafter. Oh, you gotta route those through a furnace and burn them so that they make nuggets. And then you don't have to worry about their shitty fucking swords. Because otherwise, their shitty fucking swords are going to clog up basically everything. Although, come to think of it, non-stackables Yeah, non-stackables have always been a problem for sorting. And those swords don't stack, so I don't know. Not sure how you plan to account for those. Okay. I have successfully exfiltrated all the gravel that was deposited here within the last 48 hours. Probably not enough, sadly. Which is unfortunate. Alright. Let me see if I can't connect this edge to that edge during the course of the stream. Alright. Oh wow, just in time, the rain stopped. Wild. Okay. You can smelt swords into nuggets. Yes, you can. Armor, too. That's how you get rid of them silly, unnecessary things. Yo, what's good? It's Sumi. Hey, Shami. Welcome. My other account got flagged as under 18. Aw. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, yeah, there's not much else you can do, I guess. Osama bin Seen. God, that song was insane. Just made it dispense into lava. Okay, fair. I too would get rid of it via lava. You can, but it's not worth it unless you do an infinite combustible farm close by. Yeah, you have to have a fuel source, don't you? And that's a pain. Something like kelp or bamboo that'll just grow on its own. And then you have to harvest it, though, so that's a pain. But I guess with more automation, you could just sort of set that up. So I don't know. It's a mess. What can I say? Either way. Yeah, you got options, I guess. Let's see. What else is fun that is occurring on Two Builders, Two Tools? Anybody got New Year's or Christmas plans? I mean, it's a little early for that, but... like some sort of a Christmas party or get-together of some kind, or like... anything. Carpet duper. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Carpet duper would work, yeah. Yeah, carpet duper would go a long way toward fixing the sword issue, but I guess if you're just gonna throw them in lava, whatever. You're not really losing much. End rods make a great candlestick. Yeah. Birthday is the day before Christmas, so I always have a weird Christmas birthday celebration. Cool. I always wondered how that worked. Do parents... I guess the parents just say, you get one or the other, kid. You're not getting both. And to be fair, I guess I don't blame them. I got lucky with Christmas and birthday being far enough apart that it's like spaced out enough to not be a problem. So I get a birthday and I get a Christmas, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Friends rather than family. Okay, good. I'm performing some jazz standards around Christmas. Cool. Some buddies want to make a tree, like always. Yeah, I don't know. Trees are done to death, I tell ya. I want to see something unique for a Christmas celebration on 2B. something along the lines of the entire North fucking Pole. That would be cool. Something that screams holiday season theme. Like, imagine there being, in prep for Christmas, imagine there's just Frosty the Snowman's, from the cartoon, the town, the whole ass town with a Frosty the Snowman walking down it, or a snow golem nicknamed Frosty or something like that. And it's just, they parade it through the town or something, and do that on Christmas Day, or I don't know, something like that, right? Or the entire Christmas town with the little elves in it from the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer stop motion. Oh my god, that film is like 100 years old almost. It's very close to 100. When was that fucking movie made? I gotta look that up. Rudolph Red-Nosed Reindeer stop motion film. Oh, that was a TV special. Oh. Huh. Never mind. It's not 100 years old. I'm thinking of something else. Okay. Oh, but the poem Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is getting close to 100. That's what I mixed up. Okay. So the poem of Rudolph is from 1939, so 2039, I mean, that's not that far off. It's still far off, but like, yeah, the 100-year anniversary of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is coming up. Not soon, but, you know, that was what I was mixing it up with. Okay, never mind. Iceland's, yeah, Frozen Snowpiercer City. Oh, that would be so cool. Yeah, 64. I don't know how I got the two confused, but oh well. Plan on watching Star Wars prequels with your family for Thanksgiving. Okay. I should rewatch the Star Wars movies. Think Farlands is 2BT only's unique mystery? No. There's no mystery to that. There's probably no Farlands, or if there are, they've already been found and destroyed. That's it. Still need to make a 2BTT Cheesecake Factory. Oh, that'd be awesome. Something that screams unemployment. A little bit. My man with the expectations, yes. You should absolutely try to go big or go home on this server now. For Halloween, eventually I want to do a town inspired by Mamoru Oshii movie's Angel's Egg. Ooh! Oh, holy shit. Hishami, that is amazing. I will help with that. If you do that, let me know. We got to plan that shit out like 6 months in advance. But if you do that, I want in. That is amazing. Angel's Egg. Oh my god, that is an awesome Halloween town idea. The only problem is no one will get it. Like, yeah, Angel's Egg, like I knew of 3 people ever who knew what Angel's Egg was. But yeah, I agree. Angel's Egg as a town for a 2B2T get-together would be legitimately awesome. But as I said, nobody would get it. Or next to nobody would get it. You would get it, but that's about it. I would get it. That kind of thing. That's an awesome idea, dude. Holy shit. I want that. I want that now. It's already past Halloween, and I want that now. Now for the Cheesecake Factory, do I make a life-sized one? How big is big? Like a few hundred blocks large? Guess you could. Isn't Cheesecake Factory just a restaurant at the end of the day? So like, would it really be all that strange? Hell yeah, man. The only annoying bit would be you'd have to explain Angel's Egg. And so like you'd have, I guess on Halloween, if we could keep shit under wraps, we could have a private party at the Angel's Egg town base, and then in a Discord screen Angel's Egg. Although I don't know, that movie is a little too much for some people. I don't think that would necessarily work, but yeah. It's creepy enough to be Halloween-y, I guess. I don't know. Boy, help girl save egg. There's a lot more to it than that, but yeah. Angel's egg on 2B sounds like a fever dream. It would be unique. It would be very, very unique. Ooh! Angel's egg base. And then the sequel, Uzumaki City base. The town from Uzumaki. That would be amazing. I think that would be an awesome idea. Because I think a lot more people would get the Uzumaki stuff. And Uzumaki is just in general very creepy. So I think that would also work. I don't know. Some people are still not going to get it because anime. But oh well. Interiors are pretty detailed. I think it's Egyptian styled. I don't really know. The spiral town would slap. Yes, the ending, the city at the end. Yes, that's what I mean, Hishami. The end city where they go down into the thing and everything is all spirally and shit. Yes, that would be a wonderful 2B2T Halloween event base. Who's the most kind out of Ormonger, Jared, Tristan, and Clyde? I guess Ormonger. Or, well, no, probably Jared now. If I had to guess, but it's hard to know for sure. I would only be guessing with that. I'm pretty sure Jared is a pretty good guy now. I hope. Sincerely hope I'm not talking out of my ass on that one. Rip Shit Shack. Yeah, I heard about that. I just, you know, I know how and why that happened, and I just feel really, really bad. I didn't directly have anything to do with it, but I know who did, and he's very sorry for his actions. Okay, wow. Here I am at 9:45 almost. I'm about where I thought I would be. Hell yeah. All right, well, that worked out quite well. He knows he did wrong, but he didn't expect it to be such a bad event. City at the end, yeah. Hello, Elmo. Welcome. How is you? We're slowly making some progress. Hell yeah. We're 10% of the way there, probably, if I had to guess. I don't know. There's so much fucking gravel, I swear to God. I just... I wish there was a better way. Even if I had sand and gravel dupers from way back when, and flying machines, I still don't think this would be that efficient. I wonder if water scoopers was the better way to do this. I don't know. I don't feel like any way is better than any other way. It's your 21st. All right. Glad to hear it. Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday. I think Daxbo was talking VC. It was a good idea in theory. What idea? The shit shack in general was a good idea? And Enclave was foaming at the mouth to get it. Yeah, for some reason, there are enough groups out there who just want to see everything burn. And it's really quite pathetic. The farm. Ah, okay. Yeah, the gold farm was a good idea. It's just too bad it was so close to spawn. You can't have shit at spawn. Oh well. Could have been worse. Damn it. Watched a recent video about Pop's Castle from Fit. Was it well known or was it saved before the grief? No, it was not. Nobody really understood why he did the stuff that he did. So, yeah, no, nothing would likely be saved. Also, world downloading mods really just didn't exist back then. At least not commonly, I don't believe. Either way, you know, it just is what it is. Pop-Up didn't really have much of a build anyway. I've seen Pop-Pop's castle. It was nothing to write home about. You're referring to the castle he built near Imp Space, right? Like Ramiel's watch? No, that was not it. I'm assuming it's the one that he built out at Imps, or tried to build, but didn't really get anywhere with. Had some ideas, but didn't really ever make anything of it, you know? Like, you can have all the ideas in the world. If you never capitalize on it, what's it matter? Yeah, it was Imps. I thought so. Yeah, it's something else. I wish that he had been a builder. I really do. I think he could have been a good one. Oh well. I love how a few people all said to him that it was just him. Poor Time Pulse. I think we're all going to start bullying him. You remember the glass domes? That was in a time when glass domes were unique, you know? Like, a dome or a sphere of any kind was, like, seen as special. You couldn't do those things easily. So having something like that was seen as, like, really, really interesting or unique or crazy, and nowadays, who gives a shit? Am I right? Like, oh no, not another glass dome. Pop has commitment issues, tried to make it home with Plug in Town, and got angry and quit. Yeah. Oh no, the blocks wouldn't place exactly the way the poor little baby wanted. Oh, who could have seen that coming? Maybe one day he'll get the ability to build. Or he'll have the patience for it, I don't know. Yeah, he has another one at Passy Town. There was the what's it at Imp Space. I get the feeling that he had, like, some form of autism or ADHD or something like that, and it never really got properly diagnosed or handled. And so he went through his formative years without the proper, you know, the proper understanding of his self, and it just sort of made him what he is. I don't know. My build was all obsidian. Oh, well, that's fine. All obsidian makes sense. I mean, yeah, because of Fit. Then again, why did Fit glaze Pop Bob so much? Because from what I understand, it was a way to make Pop Bob famous or infamous, so that Pop Bob would always be, I don't want to say chased or harassed, but like haunted, I guess is the right way to put it. Pop Bob will always be haunted by his reputation. You know, no matter what Pop Bob does, that thing, the infamous griefer Pop Bob, will always be the thing that Pop Bob is known for, and it will follow him around like a bad smell. And he'll always have to worry about people fawning over him or worshiping him or bothering him. And I find that hilarious. That's just desserts, in my opinion. We need 116 quality updates, Mojang. I know. I know. Anytime you see trees in a glass container, you know Pop-Pop tried it. I mean, not just Pop-Pop. A million other people did too. Oh well. I asked Jared for the same question, and his theory was that Pop-Pop hated attention, Fit capitalized on it. Yeah, that was kind of what we all... That was the conclusion we all came to. Attention can be negative or positive, but some people are of the opinion that all positive attention has a negative undercurrent to it. Like, you're never going to have genuinely positive attention for some people. They'll always view it as like somebody having ulterior motives. It's just one of those things, you know? Some people are just weird. I don't know what else to say. Wonder if he'll ever touch 2B again? No, not likely. I'm pretty sure Pop-Pop's been scared off permanently. Unless it's to do something covert. But then, like, why not just play the server covertly, you know? But then, I don't know, the sheer amount of people online, like, we have 649 players online, like... Yeah, of course he doesn't... That's too many people. People like Pop-Pop need to have an understanding of their environment. The world is just so different compared to how it used to be. It's just one of those things. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Pop-Pop will be permanently gone. I'm sure he returned for NOCOM. Yeah, of course. That was entirely the point. It's just for the fun and the glory, and that was it. Jared was more unemployed when it comes to griefing. Realistically, for the Fit MC show, Jared would have been a better contender for the infamous griefer title. Yeah, probably. But they both have that reputation, though. Like, it's not like it's one or the other. Like, no, they both had their level of understanding and griefing. Like, it's just one of those things. Grab this. That. Okay. Wow, this line grew pretty long. Yeah, I think by 10:30 or so I'll have... So in about 30-ish minutes, I'll have it completely connected up there. Oh, we shall see. Jared took it on after Pop. Yeah, that's true. Griefed about every base, yeah. Whoa. Your bases you were at, bases I was at, bases everybody was, really. Griefed my friend's MLP base twice. Oh, I remember that. Cloudsdale, was it? Yeah, that was actually a really cool style base. I kind of want to do a base like that at some point, where it's just clouds with, like, castles on them. Like Mount Olympus from the Hercules animated movie. Or from Kingdom Hearts 3. Mount Olympus from Kingdom Hearts 3 was, like, really fucking cool. I don't know. Something along those lines. We'll see. Found the full version of Jared versus Pop-Pop. Cool. Still laugh about Jared Pop-Pop feud. Yes, that was top tier. Maybe I need to make Yeah, I should probably start making story time with Jack the next episode in time for Christmas, because that was 10 years ago. So this coming Christmas will be 10 years since Jared griefed Imp Space, and they had that exchange during that griefing, or shortly after that, something like that. Pop Bob had gotten drunk, came online, and was shit-talking Jared. And the rest is history, as they say. I absolutely should probably do that. I'm just so lazy when it comes to making Storytime with Jack episodes. There's a fit read-off still out there. Yes, yes. I may get that from somewhere and then use it. Holy shit, that's insane. Yes, it is. Oh, man. 10 years. I can't believe it. I should probably do something to commemorate it. Had a friend once blow up our base and spam map art of Tub Girl everywhere and immediately asked to build a new one with me. Just remembered this vividly. Yeah, wow, that is wild, Jesse. Did you say, fuck no, get out of my life? Or did they grief the base because they wanted to be alone with you? Maybe? They wanted to scare off the others? Something like that? I love those vids. I do too. Fit reading it is still lost media? No, there's still stuff. Pretty sure I got that, actually. Hold on. Let me tab out for a sec. Pretty sure it's on YouTube. Or sorry, it was Jared versus Pop Bob. Yeah, Fit MC's dramatic reading of Jared versus Pop Bob. I can very quickly nix the music for a sec. Yeah, like the whole fucking thing is right here. It's only 3 minutes long.
All right, the following logs are from December 25th, 2015 on 2B2T.
Oh my god, that's soon.
Attempt to recapture the magic of this moment.
I'm definitely going to have to do something about this. Like, this is too good to pass up.
Now, it was over 900 lines of chat.
900 lines, wow.
Down a little shorter. It starts out with Pop Bob saying, "I'm out of alcohol." To which Jared responds, "Pop, you can drink my semen." Pop Bob responds, "Shut the fuck up."
I'm going to have to do something with this.
"Having a 20-year-old car. Can't afford a new one because that is your booze money." Pop Bob exclaims that Jared is triggered. Jared.
Okay, so you're referring to the old one, the 15-minute long, he's on camera. Yeah, I remember that one. You're right, that is lost media, because he deleted the video. So, like, yeah, I have the full logs of the entire event, so I could totally go back and do my own dramatic reading of it. I may end up doing that. I don't know. God, that's so good. Shit. Is there really nothing else? Wow. Pop Bob's anger, fucking Jared. Well, yeah, dramatic reading of Jared. That's another 3-minute one. Damn. Well, that's very unfortunate. The whole thing is just lost. Such a shame. Oh well, let's finish this out.
Responds, Pop, you're obese.
Pop, you're
to which
obese.
Pop responds, you fat fuck.
You fat fuck.
Jared exclaims, because your parents drive used shit from 1970. Pop Bob once again, lose some weight. Jared responds, Pop, what's it like being 500 pounds over the national average? Pop Bob says, stay mad, Jared Miller. Jared says,
it's Miller
stay
time.
mad, Alan Schaefer. Pop Bob responds, yeah, your name is Miller because your ancestors were laymen, fucking loser. You're so fat your ancestors were losers too, LMAO. Now, this continues for a few more minutes, but it climaxes with Jared exclaiming, go sniff paint, you brain-damaged kike. Pop Bob responds,
okay,
I
wow.
will fuck your ass, fag. Jared says, not if I fuck yours first.
Not if I fuck yours first.
To which Pop Bob responds, you're too weak-willed
and feminine. I remember that. It was such a good exchange.
I want you to let that sink in for a little
I want you to let that sink in. Oh,
now, the rest of it, if you want to read through it, go right ahead, but I've just condensed some of the more colorful quotes for your listening pleasure.
They truly were colorful.
Go play in traffic.
Go play in traffic.
Your family should abandon you. Go pray to God, faggot.
God.
Pop, you're the result of countless generations of inbreeding.
Someone needs to make an AI vid.
You're more autistic than Chris Chan.
And then do what?
He's going to autism himself
into an autism
white
black
dwarf.
Oh, white dwarf. That was
he will then eventually collapse into
an Asperger's black hole. That was the line.
Pop, you're too scared to even fight me at use. Everyone knows about your fetish for cross-dressing, Jared. Jared is 16 years old.
He was actually
He's
15.
still in high school. Born in 1999. He is fat as fuck.
Oh my God, 1999. Saying that as though that's a long, like that's such a short recent time. God, it doesn't feel like it, does it?
Now, if you would like to read the entirety of this
that's
exchange,
just
I'm going to leave it below.
Fit, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
You want me to tell you?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, wow, what a wild ride. I have to do something with that for the 10th anniversary. I have to. There's no way, right? There's no way I don't. I mean, I could. I'm lazy, but, like, I'm not that bad. I'm only somewhat bad about being lazy. So, yeah, that's coming up. I can't believe it. Each line is gold. Yeah, I have the logs to that, by the way. I was there that night. I was there when they were written. Do not speak to me of the ancient texts. Do not speak to me of the ancient shitposts, for I was there when they were written. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. Jared does still play. You're correct, Indo. I wonder what he's gonna do next. His shit shack got griefed yesterday, so I don't know. Those as a button press, maybe. Still shocks me Jared's only 24. I mean, such is life in the zone, I guess. I know Silver Crown King's... fuck me. I know Silver Crown King's logs from the exchange are on the Internet Archive. Oh, wow. Internet Archive. Damn. Do Jared's autism diaries still exist? No, but I have a screenshot of it all. I've got several screenshots of every single page in that diary. I don't know what became of all that stuff now that I think about it. He's going to autism himself into an autism white dwarf and then collapse. Or sorry, autism black... Yeah, white dwarf and then collapse into an Asperger's black hole. That was the line. God, what a mess. Yeah, it's not on the server anymore, but I'm pretty sure those journals were all lost. But that's okay. We have screenshots. The diary does still exist, really. Okay. Saw silver on Constantium. Okay. Well, it's good to see that he's still around. Need to print some quotes and put it on your wall. They are inspiring. I agree. And when anybody asks what an autism white dwarf and an Asperger's black hole are, you just make sure to send them into the direction of FitMC. I'm sure he'll be more than grateful for the traffic. I will fuck your ass. I wish we could say words like that and it not get into people's black book or whatever. Blacklist, something like that. But God, it was funny. Make a soundboard of it? Yeah, you could. That would be so funny. How Victorian citizens spoke to each other after 10 grams of lead exposure. I think it would be fun if you and Vincent did the anniversary for that. Yeah, we probably should, but I think Vincent's busy with stuff, so I don't know. I can just do a regular story time with Jack episode. The griefing of imps. Renovating the Sea Spire. Followed quickly by... Or sorry, it was Space Valk 2... Renovating the Sea Spire, the griefing of imps, the exchange with Pop Bob and Jared, and then the loss of the lands. Yeah, because all of that was in like a 5-month period, back to back to back to back. And then the loss of the lands sets up the 32Ks and the illegal, obviously, you know, pasted onto the server region files, the fingerprints of Imps 2, the subsequent backdoor, and clear shenanigans that were involved with that. And then the tyranny that killed the server for a good 2 or 3 months. And then it all culminates on June the 1st, 2016. The camping rusher joins, and the trajectory of the server is changed forever. C-Spire video would be unbelievably elite. Cool. Am I friends with him? No, I'm not. I need Jared and Pop to voice chat their lines. Oh, that'd be so cool, but it'll never happen. Jared would do it, but Pop Bob wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. Pop Bob will just leave you on red. Hey, Kit. Am I going to include just Pop Bob and Jared's lines? I'll probably try to summarize the entire event. I don't know if I will use the whole thing or not. We'll see. I do believe. Do you believe the 2BT Farlands exist? No, I really don't. I think that any such thing would most likely have already been found and griefed by now. The Farlands are not that special, I hate to say. It's neat, but like I wouldn't hold my breath, man. Oh my god, I'm so close. I'm so close to connecting it all up. Just like 7 or 8 more cells left to go. The entire conversation of what was going on was not super relevant to what all was going on. Like, there were people egging Jared and Pop Bob on, don't get me wrong, but the majority of what people were saying were either watching what they were arguing about in chat, or they were cheering for one of them. Like, I don't remember there being, like, side conversations that were unrelated to the Jared Pop Bob thing. If there were, they weren't relevant to anything, and I don't know. Gotta try to sleep. Okay, take care, Stone. Gonna have to look back on those logs. I have so many logs to comb through. It is genuinely unreal. Wonder if House was watching it live? That's a possibility, but who knows? What a hell of a time to be spectating the console, though. If that was your moment, you chose to sort of look and see what people were doing on Christmas Day, 2015. Yeah. I remember Demon Elite and I Am Tuna were LARPing on the side, but everybody else cheered it on. Yeah, that's what I thought. There were just some people being retarded because they enjoyed being retarded. And then there's just your standard, you know, just your standard one-sided spat. I mean, we all likened it to a lover's spat back in those days. It was really quite funny. Alrighty. Looks like I'm a little bit ahead of schedule. The aut in autism derives from the Greek word auto, which translates to self, and ism is a state of being. Hence, autism is self-being. Sure. I'll give you that, right. Do you think you still play 2B if the invasion never happened and the average player count never got over 50? Probably, but I guarantee you something somewhere would have happened to expose the server. Like, nationally, on the internet. Like, something would have occurred somewhere and it would have gotten famous. Whether it was the Camping Rusher or somewhere else down the line. It would have exploded in popularity one way or the other. I genuinely don't think at this point, because I used to think that, you know, oh man, if the Camping Rusher had never shown up, blah, 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 blah. No, I genuinely believe now that something would have happened. Someone would have shown up on this server and it would become very popular. That was inevitable. 2B is one of those servers that is just so unique and so interesting that it can't help but be, you know, something people have to kind of wonder about. I think it would be impossible to have a server like 2B2T last for as long as it has and it not gain some kind of traction as a result. It'd be weird for that to not be the case because people... inevitably, they're drawn to a place like this, you know? Freedom. Total unfettered freedom. No rules. Like, yeah, it's inevitable. Imagine arguing with Jared. Yes, we love that. We love seeing people argue with Jared. So our experience derives from our sense of self rather than from the environment around us? Yeah, a little bit. Question is, was it a LARP or was it serious? That's a good point. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Only Tuna and Demon Elite are the ones who can answer that. Isn't the actual oldest Minecraft server being taken down right now by Mojang because they believe in free speech? Yes. But that said, I'm still fairly certain 2B could probably have coasted under the radar for a few years if Camping Rusher had never come around. But that, again, somebody would have gotten their eyes on the server and it would have blown up. I guarantee you. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Yeah, what Neo said. It's very sad, very shameful for Mojang to do this. It's probably Microsoft, let's be real. It's probably Microsoft forcing Mojang, like a human shield almost, to persecute them and make things what they are, basically. We have to protect our brand, and that means we have to sacrifice you on a plinth. All right, finally connected it up. Oh, thank God. I'm going to dump the remaining bits of gravel I have on me and call it a night. I can't stand any more of this for right now. What is a source code? What, do you mean like the Java source code for Minecraft? It's the code that is deobfuscated. It's entirely, you know, without any abridging or obscurity. It is the entirety of the base used for the code for the entire game. And I know what you're asking. That code being made public kind of scares me. Microsoft has too many Indians working there. Yeah, that's also a problem. The Jeetification of Minecraft, or of Microsoft rather, may prove to be a problem for everyone. The Indians are so nepotistic. They only hire their own, and so that kind of cuts everybody else off at the knees. Really is a shame. Ant Venom happened too. I don't know that Ant Venom would have happened then, but I don't know that Ant Venom wouldn't have happened. It's so hard to know right now. Considering, you know, we don't live in the universe in which the camping rusher did not stop by. So I don't know. I don't know that anybody can speak with any real authority or understanding as to how things would have turned out if XYZ had occurred. Like, you can guess, but you can't truly know. And, you know, fair enough. Ooh, more free gravel. I will take it. So yeah, it's all so uncertain now. I'm hoping that they're deobfuscating the Minecraft code is not a sign of the end times. I'm really, really trying to not, like, believe that. Also, that must be one of those spaghetti caves. Where does that even begin? Oh, I see now. Oh, wow, it's a really small, thin, annoying fuck of a cave. I can't even see. Oh god, there's gravel in the ceiling. Of course. How ironic. Excuse me. Story of Chris Layton really happened, or was it over dramatized? I'm sure it was a little over dramatized or whatever. But no, Chris Layton was a real player. He really did use his real life name and all that, and he got scared and left the server. That's really all there is to it. He would actually unironically say the shit that he said, which, you know, back in those days, nobody gave a shit. People still say those words today and are not like that upset about it. So it just goes to show that anybody who is legitimately outraged by anything Chris Layton may have said is just performative outrage for their own stupidity, I guess. I don't know. We gotta stop doing that as a culture. Performative outrage. There we go. Must get all the water man, those are going to be pains. I think I may end up needing to use sponges in these smaller cramped cave systems. Like, I don't actually know what to expect. Yeah, some of these are water caves, so like I might just end up having to sponge it all. Don't know. God protect us from XQC. I mean, XQC wouldn't have been that bad if he's the one. If he had been the one who found the server and popularized it, I don't think it would have been that awful. I mean, any big, whoever, streamer, YouTuber, whatever, fan base that finds us, like, yeah, it's gonna be a mess. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, no matter how you frame this, it's not gonna be pretty. But that inevitably it'll all settle out and we'll get whatever sort of server we get afterward. It's not the end of the world. XQC would not have the patience to play here. Good. Probably for the best. But like, yeah, as I said, someone would have found 2B2T and would have popularized it. And then don't forget, only a mere 4 years, and I hate to use that phrase, only a mere 4 years after the Camping Rusher, after 2016. Let's assume Camping Rusher doesn't happen, right? You only have 4 years until COVID. And then everybody's inside for like a year and a half. Or a year, depending on where you are. And yeah, like finding 2B2T and popularizing it the way that it was, inevitability. It was an inevitability that that was going to happen. Whether it was some big streamer, some big content creator, the Camping Rusher, Ant Venom, whoever else, someone would have made that happen. There would have been no avoiding it. So yeah, I personally, I'm of the opinion now that yeah, we were due to get found and have 2B2T turn inside out. Like, there was always going to be a before and an after. That was inevitable. It just depended on the year and who. And in this case, it was Camping Rusher. So, I don't know. I don't know what a non-Camping Rusher 2B2T would have looked like or how long it would have taken. Would the server have died off? I couldn't tell you. But I know this. We got what we got, and that's how it is. Okay, I'm going to move to this island and start encasing it. Whose stuff is this? Good enough. Non-Camping Rusher 2B would be like this by 2018? Possibly, yeah. But that depends on whether or not Housemaster / George Bush 420 allowed the nerds to keep their power over 2B2T. I think 2B could have bounced back without the Camping Rusher if George Bush had been like, okay, you guys have had your fun. That's the end of it. I remember your slavery video. Yes, that was so good. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Do you remember slavery on 2B2T? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Good times those were. And hell, if I had to do it all over again, I would enslave those new friends all the same. Okay, it's soul sand for soul torches. Why is this here? It's completely empty. I always knew deep down that keeping a bunch of newer players entertained at spawn by just giving them menial tasks and promising them freedom but never delivering on it. I always knew that would be the way to keep newer players from proliferating around. But nobody else wanted to do that. Everybody else wanted to have a war or some other sort of pissing contest. Look how that turned out. The moment the first dupe came around post-Rusher, what happened? They were all at everybody's throats. It was hell. You couldn't get on the highway. People would bed bomb the shit out of you. Or you would get surrounded and get crystalled. Like, I liked it when nobody had anything. Remember he was going to, and then Bocce begged Fit to stop him? Mr. Beast. Oh, right. Yeah. Good point. And that was Mr. Beast at the height of his fame and popularity, too. That really would have been apocalyptic. But, oh well. Okay, enough of that. All right, I have seen enough gravel for one evening. And by seen, I mean placed. And by placed, I mean I'm done. I'm a little on the burnt side. Nothing a good old night's rest won't cure. But holy shit, fuck placing more gravel today. Gotta get all this, and then bend all around that, and all of this. Good God. Q leapt up by 3K instantly, yeah. Tubbo and Rambo came online, 80K viewers in a live stream, damn. Well, hey, that's how it is. I'm just glad that, you know, we have a stable server. We can do crazy stuff and have relatively safe, normal stuff. Like, the thing works, you know? It all works. Where were you during the Russia War? I don't know. Doing stuff. I was participating. I will recap that whenever I get to doing that part in Storytime with Jack. It wasn't. Mr. Beast had 45 mil back then. He has 300 now. Oh, really? Fuck me, you're right. Well, I just assumed because Mr. Beast was no longer, you know, the golden child. The YouTube golden child, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Did you join at the end of the stream? Oh, I'm sorry, yes, man. Yeah, you did. We're just sort of overlooking our handiwork here. You know, we gotta get all the little cups empty of water. One way or the other. And in so doing, we shall prepare the site for Demolition Day. And eventually, escape the Jack Rooms too. Hell yeah. I think it's going to be nice. I think it's going to look real nice. It's going to turn out good. We're going to have everything we could ever want and then some. Also, while I'm thinking about it, let me go ahead and drain. There's pockets of lava that I'm going to have to go down, dig down, and drain as well. So that's not going to be fun. Not too bad, in all honesty. If it says something PewDiePie, yeah, I don't know. I do not know. You look forward to another story time with Jack. Good. Look forward to it, Kit. I'm going to try and have it out by Christmas in memoriam of Jared griefing Imp Space 10 years ago. And I agree with whoever wrote in chat, I don't know when that was, some number of minutes ago, with how Imps was mid and the Jesus statue carried the base hard. I agree. There were a stark lack of interiors and soul at Imp Space, but hey, what can you do? It wasn't my base, so I can't speak to it. But I agree. Imp Space was apparently run like North Korea. They often joked that it was the North Korea base or some shit like that. And, you know, if you have to joke about a base being North Korea, I don't want to play at that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to build there. That sounds like a hassle waiting to happen. That sounds like conflict waiting to happen, you know? And so from what I understand, the base was dead by 2014. So Jared griefing it was really just kind of snuffing out the ashes or cinders. Even though it was a gigantic base and they tried their damnedest to save it, still didn't matter. Oh well. I would have had more respect for them if they had just saved the world download, made copies of it via Lightmatic, or actually it was Schematica back then, and then rebuilt it by hand. Chunks and all. Like, I would have had more, you know, actual respect for that. Like we did with Space Valk 3. Like, rebuild it by hand. You want it back so badly on the server, rebuild it by hand. Make it great again. Don't rebuild or refurbish the site. Go build it somewhere else. But how it was, you know? Like, do that in secret. You want to have something so cool and whatever that you're partial to, then that's your best bet. But realistically, you know, the cheating that they did, pasting the region files onto the server, fuck that shit. I'm so glad Jared and Orsund and all the others killed that place. I would not want a cheated in base like that to be allowed to just sort of exist. Even though no one was playing or living at it, really. I would not mind that sort of thing being cucked forever. Okay. Well, that's all the gravel I intend to place on the server tonight. You all have a great evening. I will catch you all tomorrow for more of this bullshit. My mind will be sucked into the black hole that is the gravel grave. And yeah, maybe we'll get, we'll have more stuff to show for it. I think we will. Anyway, take care, guys. Have a good night. Make sure to like and comment, subscribe, all that bullshit. And, yeah. Oh, and if you want to join my Discord, that's linked down in the description. I forgot. Sometimes I advertise that. And yeah, have a great night. Bye.